What JRPGs are you playing? Are you into MMOs, which I'm sure that you are, shooters, online games?
I know in terms of JRPGs, I've been a fan. I mean, obviously of Persona for a while. The Tales of series I've really enjoyed. I played through Vesperia, Symphonia, and Tales of the Abyss, which were all really fun. I know in terms, I do play Overwatch very, very casually. I'm not very good. Um, I've tried League, trying to think. It's bad when the question comes around, what do you play? And then you forget everything you play. I've been playing Genshin more recently.
Okay.
Um, Less on the online mode that I thought I was, just because I'm taking my time with it. I think I'm AR 35 right now. I do want to keep going with that. Otherwise, surprisingly, I play a lot of rhythm games. And that's kind of my hell a lot of
Really?
the time with Love Live, D4DJ, Bang Dream. I've played Utapri before, ensembles. There's a lot. And honestly, at one point I had to stop playing because I almost got tendonitis. Like that's how much I played with them.
You're capping. No way. Really?
No,
Oh, wow.
really. I mean, this is another side of me. I play viola, and it was to the point I was getting into pain while playing because if I wasn't kind of doing this with my instrument, I was like on my phone with my thumbs or like in weird positions like my phone above my head and like bending my wrist in every direction I wasn't supposed to. And I was getting injured that way, which is why I've gotten a lot better at controlling myself. But I do enjoy a good rhythm game for sure. I've been meaning to play Friday Night Funkin'. I haven't gotten to it yet. That'll destroy my hands next. I know.
I kind of know where you're coming from. I used to skip school and play DDR a lot, which was like my physical
Ooh.
activity for like a year, and it was not great because I really banged up my ankles because I'm not very
Oh.
how would you say it? I'm not a good dancer. And I'm also
Oh.
pretty shit with rhythm. So if you put a rhythm game and a crowd of people behind you watching around me, I'm just gonna end up falling. Like I would actually play DDR and fall. I'd be holding on to the bar and I'd slip and I'd fall through the bar. So yeah, rhythm games can be
Oh my
very dangerous for
gosh.
your health. I definitely see where you're coming from.
That's the one game I wish I had more often. I'm not the biggest DDR player. I wish that there were like closer arcades to me because I missed out on that where my college had a close arcade. So of course all the kids that were down there, they were like DDR masters and I'm going there looking like a fool because I'm used to just using my hands versus like my whole body. It's a different story for that. But
Yeah,
it's still really fun. I do enjoy it.
I'm not sure why DDR never caught on. Like with this generation, I personally think that it would have been a great game to like you obviously have to have like the control pad or whatever, but you have Ring Fit, which is popular. You had like a lot of those
Yeah.
Wii games which were popular, and it just seems like DDR would work out really well now, especially with more people staying at home and more people streaming and playing games. That would be the best game to have like a very nice setup and save your thumbs from tendonitis.
Right. Well, or it's like the thumb, but also like it's mainly the wrist, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
My issue, what I found was that the home versions of like, I think it's called the trackpad, right? For your feet, they just weren't as responsive. I had friends who had owned DDR at home, but they just said it wasn't the same as the arcade. Like was their main complaint. I know now they could probably make a much better one, but like, will companies do it? That's the real question.
Yeah, you're right. Like I don't know if they would want to invest that much like basically R&D because it's not like you can really take like you said the old home systems and just convert it to whatever the specs are for today. You're going to have to change the responsiveness. It's the same thing with like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. A lot of people wondered how come those rhythm
Right.
games never continued on when they were so popular, right? And it's just
Mhm.
like you have to keep on advancing and there's a certain point where it's like do you really want to play Rock Band on PlayStation 5? The difference won't be that much, but the companies will have to put in more effort than what they'll get back from the consumer base. That's at least
Right.
what I've pieced together over time with rhythm games.
And I know too there were games that were trying to teach you like I'm trying to remember. I think it was Rocksmith or something that was supposed to help you actually learn how to play guitar. But like people just said, "Oh, for that I'll just buy a normal guitar." Like why do I need a game to go teach me how to do that? Or that even the jump from just pressing like five simple buttons to learning actual chords was too big too, which like I mean for me as a string player, I don't see it as a big jump, but for normal people, I totally see why they wouldn't want to. Oh, you play too? Ooh.
So I play, and I completely understand where you're coming from. Like, I actually never played Guitar Hero or Rock Band or Rocksmith. I played them at parties a couple times, but I've always played instruments,
Oh,
stringed instruments and keyed instruments. So for me, I understood the like easing people into that world and making it into like a game and making it fun. But like they try to like blur the lines of video games and playing guitar. And you're right, at a certain point it's like with guitar, whether you're plugged in or not, acoustic, electric, whatever, bass, whatever, you can always make music. And when you're working on like five or six frets or whatever with the buttons, at what point is it like I might as well just learn guitar because then I can play this instrument and I can make music, the kind of music I want to all of the time. And like it would be weird because I was one of those losers where it was like the South Park episode of the Rock Band or Guitar Hero made me like a real elitist. I would go to parties and I would be that loser with his acoustic guitar, and I'm like, yo guys, let me play some Green Day for you. Why are you gonna play that on video games? But yeah, I don't know. I would love to see rhythm games come back because as much as I do love playing instruments now, not everyone is going to want to learn how to play like this even capable songs, right? And it's easier to bring everyone
right.
together. It's easier to stream the music, and I just think it's a real untapped market within the game industry right now.
No, I definitely agree with you on that. Because even there have been times I've been tempted, like I even for a class I did research on this too. I'm like, what if I made my own streamer house, but it was all musicians and we all did like gaming music? That would be so cool. But also like I thought about the upfront cost for that, but then there would be a lot of logistics involved. But I thought it's definitely untapped. And I think about it when it comes to like those video game orchestra concerts. Like those are like some of my favorite things to go to,
I
but they don't
agree.
come around often enough. And I like that's more things I miss with the pandemic concerts for sure.
Yeah,
And that's
I
even
really
just
miss
one
them.
type.